Hello, my little love. Did you have a good day today? I hope something made you smile. Now take a slow breath, relax your shoulders, and let your mind get soft and quiet. It's time for a gentle bedtime story. Once upon a time, in a cozy little house at the edge of a meadow, there lived a kind mother goat and her 7 little kids. Their home was warm and safe, with soft cushions by the window and curtains that glowed golden when the sun shone through. The mother goat loved her children very much, and each little kid had their own special way of being wonderful. One liked to hum quiet songs. Another loved to watch clouds drift by. Another enjoyed arranging smooth pebbles in gentle patterns. They were all different, and they were all precious. One morning, the mother goat needed to walk through the meadow to gather sweet clover and fresh water from the stream. Before she left, she gathered her 7 little ones close and spoke to them in her softest voice. She told them to stay safe inside, to play quietly together, and to keep the door locked. She explained that sometimes a wolf wandered through the meadow, and though he wasn't truly bad, he sometimes forgot to be gentle and kind. She told them they would know it was her when she returned because her voice was soft like a lullaby, and her hooves were white like fresh snow. The little kids nodded and promised to remember. They kissed their mother's nose, and she kissed each of their foreheads, one by one, taking her time. Then she walked out into the meadow, where butterflies floated lazily and the grass swayed in the warm breeze. The 7 little kids played peacefully inside. They stacked soft blocks, looked at picture books, and shared a bowl of berries. The sunlight made patterns on the floor, and everything felt calm and sleepy. After a while, there came a knock at the door. A voice called out, but it was rough and low, like gravel rolling down a hill. The little kids looked at each other. That voice didn't sound like their mother's at all. The oldest kid, who was thoughtful and careful, called through the door and said they could not open it because the voice was not gentle and soft. The wolf outside felt frustrated, but he walked away into the meadow to think. He sat by the stream and watched the water move slowly over the stones. He thought about how much he wanted to be invited inside, to feel welcomed and warm. Then he had an idea. He found some honeycomb near a tree and ate it slowly, letting the sweetness coat his throat. When he spoke again, his voice became a little softer, a little smoother. He returned to the little house and knocked again. This time, his voice was gentler. But when he placed his paw on the windowsill, the little kids saw that it was dark and rough, not white and smooth like their mother's hoof. The second oldest kid, who loved to notice details, said softly through the door that those paws did not look like their mother's. The wolf felt disappointed. He sat down in the tall grass and looked at his paws. He wished they were different. Then he noticed the miller's house nearby, where flour dust drifted through the air like snow. The wolf walked over and asked the kind old miller if he might have some flour. The miller, who was wise and understanding, saw that the wolf was trying to change himself, and quietly gave him a small sack. The wolf dusted his paws carefully until they looked pale and soft in the afternoon light. He returned once more to the little house. This time, his voice was gentle, and when he placed his paw on the windowsill, it looked white and smooth. The little kids looked at each other, unsure. The youngest one thought it looked right. Another thought the voice sounded almost like a song. Slowly, Carefully, they unlocked the door. When the wolf stepped inside, the little kids felt a moment of surprise. But the wolf did not roar or shout. He simply stood there, looking at them with tired eyes. He realized, in that quiet moment, that he had tried so hard to pretend to be someone else, and now he wasn't sure what to do. The little kids, sensing his confusion, felt a little scared, but also a little curious. One by one, gently and quietly, the little kids found places to hide, not out of terror, but out of an old instinct to stay safe. One tucked into the cupboard among the soft dish towels. Another curled up in a basket of wool. Another slipped beneath the bed where dust motes floated in the dim light. Another hid in the washtub, another behind the curtain, and another inside the grandfather clock, where the pendulum swung slowly back and forth, tick-tock, tick-tock. The smallest one, the sleepiest one, climbed inside the warm stove, which was not lit, and felt the ashes soft as powder beneath them. The wolf looked around the empty room. He saw the toys, the books, the little cups set out for afternoon milk. He realized he had wanted so much to be let in, but now that he was here, he didn't feel happy. He felt lonely. He lay down on the rug and, without meaning to, fell asleep. His breathing became slow and deep, and the house grew very still. Before long, the mother goat returned. She carried fresh clover and a bucket of cool water. But when she reached the door, she saw it was open. Her heart beat a little faster, but she stayed calm. She stepped inside and saw the wolf asleep on the floor. She looked around and did not see her children. She called their names, one by one, in her softest voice. Slowly, the little kids emerged. From the cupboard, from the basket, from under the bed, from the washtub, from behind the curtain, from inside the clock. 6 little kids ran to their mother and nestled into her warmth. But the 7th, the smallest one, was still inside the stove. The mother goat opened the stove door gently, and out tumbled the littlest kid, covered in soft ash but completely safe. The mother goat looked at the wolf, still sleeping. She saw that he was thin and tired. She understood that he had been searching for something, perhaps warmth, perhaps belonging. She did not wake him harshly. Instead, she spoke to her children and explained that everyone, even wolves, can feel lost sometimes. Together, they decided to be kind. The mother goat nudged the wolf gently awake. He blinked and saw all 7 kids and their mother looking at him. He expected anger, but instead, the mother goat offered him a drink of cool water and a handful of clover. She told him that he was welcome to rest near their home if he promised to be gentle, to ask instead of trick, and to remember that everyone deserves honesty and care. The wolf, who had never been spoken to with such kindness, felt something warm grow inside him. He nodded slowly. He thanked the mother goat and her children. Then he walked outside, not into the shadows, but into the meadow where the evening light was turning soft and golden. From that day on, the wolf would sometimes pass by the little house. The kids would see him from the window, and they would wave. Sometimes the mother goat would leave out a bowl of water or a bunch of wild herbs. The wolf learned that he didn't have to pretend or trick his way into being cared for. He learned that kindness is given freely when you are honest and gentle. And the 7 little kids grew up knowing that even when something feels a little scary, there can be understanding and softness waiting on the other side. They knew their mother would always keep them safe, and that the world, though sometimes confusing, was full of chances to be kind. Every evening, as the sun set over the meadow, the mother goat would gather her 7 little ones close. They would sit by the window and watch the sky turn pink and lavender and deep blue. The stars would begin to appear, one by one, like little candles being lit across the heavens. And the mother goat would hum a lullaby, soft and low, and the little kids would close their eyes and feel the warmth of home all around them. The wolf, resting in the meadow, would hear that lullaby drifting on the breeze, and he would close his eyes too, feeling, for the first time in a long time, that he was not alone in the world. The night would settle gently over everything, wrapping the meadow, the house, the goats, and even the wolf in a blanket of peace. And everyone, in their own way, would drift into dreams that were soft and kind and full of quiet light. You did well today, my little love. Now let your eyes grow heavy, and let the night wrap around you like a soft blanket. Sleep well, sweet dreams, and rest deeply.